Hi, I'm Damien, I'm a photographer and journalist. Today I'm going to talk to you about portrait photography and the lenses that I use when I'm photographing people. When you start out in photography, obviously you don't have a studio. Most of your photography will be done outside, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's a good place to shoot. When you go to do portraits outside, you look at a range of lenses. I tend to work with an 85, which is a slightly telephoto lens, or a 50, which is a standard, and sometimes even a 24, which is a wide angle. There isn't a true proper portrait lens, although a lot of people think the 85mm is a portrait lens. It doesn't matter, you don't need to be restrictive to one focal length. Just use each focal length as you see fit in the shoot, by getting closer and further away, including your head and shoulders or full length of the person that you're photographing. Part of keeping the connection between me and the person I'm photographing is having a small camera system, and that means small lenses too. I don't want to carry a big bag with me with tools and equipment. I'd like to keep my lenses in my pocket like this, so if I want to change a lens, it's all very quick and it just goes back in my pocket again. One of the problems with kit lenses is that at the longer focal lengths, you're quite restricted on the apertures that you can use, and apertures are really, really important in portraiture because it governs how much the person stands out from the background. So quite often you want to use a wide aperture for a portrait to make the background go out of focus, but with the kit lens, when you get to 85, you're probably stuck with 5.6 or 6.3, and that's not really going to give you the blurry background that you're looking for. For this scene here, we've got a fantastic background that's really colourful and quite exciting, but we don't want it to overpower the model. She's lovely, we want everyone to look at her, she's the subject, so that's where our focus is going to be. If the background is in focus too, the graffiti will be much too powerful in the picture and it will overpower the subject, so we want to knock that right out of focus. The other thing about using a fixed focal length lens is that it will be better quality at every single aperture than a kit lens. You need to stop down by 2 stops to get the best out of your kit lens. So then you're working at f11, which means you're really not letting much light into the camera. You're going to have to turn the ISO up, or you're going to have to use a really long shutter speed that you can't hand hold. So you end up having to use a tripod or high ISO settings, and neither of those things are necessarily ideal in portraiture. The great thing about shooting outside, of course, is that the light is free and fabulous. It doesn't matter if it's a sunny day or a rainy day, it's always somewhere you can find really nice light. Also, you've got a range of different backgrounds. Even where we're standing now, we've got a great background that way, but we turn around that way, we've got a completely different background. So you can create a range of different shots. When I'm going out, I would usually have worked out where it is I want to go. We'll photograph there, but then we tend to move on and do the shots that we weren't expecting to do. To do that, I need a range of lenses because I don't know if I'm just going to have a small doorway that's going to be exciting, so I'll stand back with a long lens, or if we're going to have a landscape view that we want the portrait to be shot in. And then you need a wide lens to be able to get everything in. So I tend to go out with a wide lens, a standard lens, and a semi-telephoto like an 85, for example. And again, we need the wide apertures on those lenses to be able to have full creative control and to knock the background out of focus if we want to, and to be able to use wide apertures where we don't feel restricted by the quality of the lens.